Oh boy, it's getting so cold out there. Winter's around the corner. Are you guys feeling the winter chill yet? Let me know. Put a comment down how cold it is where you live. Yes, it's getting quite cold here in Northern California. And since I haven't done a video on Xerjoff, I figured I'd put together a video on a collection of Xerjoff fragrances that are perfect to wear when it's cold outside. I've done a video on their fragrances that are appropriate to wear in the summer months when it's warm outside. This is the first time I'm doing one on their house with fragrances that are perfect to wear in the winter. So if you want to find out about these fragrances, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's Sebastian. We're talking about Xerjoff today. It's been a while since I've done a video on this house, so I'm doing this today. And yeah, I've done plenty of videos on the house before. I've got one for summer and spring and summer fragrances to wear from this house. Go catch those videos. But today we're focusing on the fragrances that are perfect to wear when it's really cold outside for winter months. But you know what? There are no rules. Wear what you want, when you want. I wear these whenever I feel like them. I don't specifically have a rule, but a lot of you are looking for fragrances that are perfect to wear when it's winter versus summer and things like that. And since Xerjoff does really potent fragrances, these are definitely ones that I would recommend for you to wear when it's really cold outside. And I should say, not all these fragrances are the type of fragrances that you would associate with wearing in the winter. Some of them are more fruity, fresh, but so potent enough that you can get away with wearing them in the winter months when it's cold outside. So let's get started with the first fragrance. This is a fragrance from a few years ago, a collaboration with Tony IOMMI of Black Sabbath. This is basically called Tony IOMMI Monkey Special, this one right here. It's a beautiful amber fragrance with a heavy dosage of patchouli, very earthy, a bit chocolatey because you've combined this earthy patchouli with these kind of gourmandish, ambery, vanillic notes. And in this case, we've also got caramel, we've got booziness of rum, a little passion fruit, and of course woods and things like that, and spices. And it's a beautiful concoction of this really intense, ambery, earthy patchouli gourmand. Really wonderful offering, perfectly appropriate for winter wear. This is Tony IOMMI Monkey Special, the first fragrance I'm talking about today. Next up is a fairly new fragrance from earlier this year. It's ASTARAL, this one right here. Do you guys know this one? You know, I really love the new Chemi fragrances that have moved from a subline from Xerjoff called Chemi into their regular line. And I love the caps for these bottles. As you can see, the caps are just really, really gorgeous. But this is ASTARAL, a newer fragrance that was brought into this collection. And it's one of those kind of oud rose combo fragrances that's actually really nicely done. It has moss, rose, Shamama accord, oud, labdanum, amberwood, violet, anise, and amber. For me, it also has a bit of a spiciness like cumin in here, but I feel like it's the combination of notes together to create this. But it's so amazing and really, really potent and long-lasting and perfect to wear when you're looking for that kind of lightly funky oud combo with rose. A jammy rose, but a bit on the dry jamminess here. Definitely look for something like ASTARAL. I think it will be perfect and it'll shine in the winter weather outside. So this is ASTARAL from the house of Xerjoff. Check it out if you don't know it. This next one's a pretty popular release from this house. Probably one of the most popular from this house. This is Alexandria 2. Definitely has a following. And it's a combination of lavender and oud and spices and vanilla and amber. Really great, super sexy, very long lasting, and a very sexy trail as well. And I like this combination of the aromatic kind of floral herbal touch of the lavender, this rosewood that's giving you a very interestingly unique woody backbone next to the Laotian oud that's in here. It does have a bit of funk, not too much. For me, it does have a bit of funk. And you'll notice in a lot of Xerjoff fragrances, they do utilize a lot of oud. But here, there's a bit of funkiness, as I said, but it's pleasant, it's wearable, and the combination is super intoxicating and really, really long-lasting. It's perfect for winter wear. So it's Alexandria 2 from the house of Xerjoff. A great offering from that house. Let me know if you're a fan of it. I feel like that is one of the the one that has the most following from that house. They have a ton of fragrances, and I feel like that one comes up quite a bit when I'm looking through my comments, and there's Alexandria 2 mentioned again. So the next one is probably the most popular fragrance from this house. This is NAXOS. Came out several years ago. People have connected this to smelling like pure Havana. I get that connection. It does remind me of it, but this is more drier and a little bit more of an amber fougere-like quality. It has loads of lavender here along with tonka beans, and I think this combination gives me that kind of a, almost like a warm barber-shoppy kind of a, you know, combo of notes to give you that kind of barber-shoppy effect. But in the end, it's bergamot, lemons, lavender, cinnamon, honey, cashmere, tobacco leaf, tonka, and vanilla. Super amazing combination. Really a great fragrance. I think you can pull this off in the winter months and also the warmer months as well. For me, it's more of a, you know, the seasons like autumn and spring, but for me, you can totally wear this one in the winter time as well. Just maybe spray a little more sprays, but it smells great. I like the sweetness of the honey against the aromatic lavender, that tobacco, and then also the tonka together. Super amazing. This is NAXOS from the house of Xerjoff. Let me know if you know that fragrance, and let me know if you still haven't got your nose on that fragrance. Again, it's a great alternative for Mugler's Pure Havana, but still not identical. They're different in that the Pure Havana was a lot more honeyed and syrupy. This one, since it has the lavender, it does have more of a drier effect. And speaking of tobacco, we've got Join the Club 400 here. Super delicious. This is, I think, a little more appropriate for winter wear, but then I think you can totally get away with NAXOS as well. For me, this is super honeyed and also tobacco-ish, but you know, they don't publish notes for the Join the Club fragrances. We're making these up. For me, when I wear this one, I get tobacco. Also, I get tobacco blossom, kind of like a floral take on tobacco. The honey is super potent. It's quite powdery. I do get aromatics like lavender. There's some warmth in there like cinnamon and things like that, but really super delicious fragrance that I really love wearing. It becomes very, very powdery for sure, and there's some vanillic touches under there and spices that come in. It's mostly, for me, the honeyed effect with tobacco-ish touches, and I feel like with this Join the Club 400, it's more of the tobacco blossoms with a little bit of that kind of dirtiness of the tobacco, perhaps the tobacco when it's dried, and also the ash when it's burned, kind of thrown in there to give you some contrast with nothing but sweetness kind of a thing. Really great fragrance, Join the Club 400. Absolutely love that one. If you don't know it, do check it out. The next one is Starlight from Xerjoff. This is it right here. Are you guys familiar with Starlight? It's a super delicious caramel. Well, for me, I get caramel with this one. I don't think caramel is mentioned in the notes, but in the end, it's lots of cardamom with almonds. There's cinnamon, there's cloves, amber, and sandalwood. But there's a sticky kind of caramel-like consistency in this when I wear it, and I feel like that's what really kind of joins all the notes together to create a bit of a gourmand effect. Really super delicious. I think it's perfect to wear it during the holidays as well. There's a bit of a gourmand holiday vibe in this, but I absolutely find this super, super delicious. It was one that came out just before the pandemic, I believe it came out, and I've been a fan of it since then. I really, really love the cardamom in this, and I think it shines against the kind of caramelly touches and the almonds and the cinnamon and cloves. So this is Starlight from the house of Xerjoff. Check that out if you don't know it. This next one, amazing fragrance. Really love it for the patchouli. It's Richwood. It's a patchouli and sandalwood combo. And yes, I could have featured this in a sandalwood fragrances video for sure. I know I received some comments saying, why didn't you put this one on the list? For me, I would think this is more of a patchouli versus sandalwood, but yeah, it could have ended up on that list because the patchouli in here is super earthy and amazing, and I love it in this fragrance. And then against the sandalwood, there's a little bit of a medicinal touch here I get with these two combination of notes, which makes it really, really amazing for me. I love that about it, this medicinal-like edge it provides with the bitterness of the patchouli and the sandalwood. I love it. And then you've got vanilla, rose, musk, geranium, and cassis in here too. Super amazing fragrance. It does remind me of Coromandel from the House of Chanel, but this is a bit different, but super amazing. I'll absolutely love it. It's a great, great patchouli fragrance that if you haven't got your nose on it, do. But again, patchouli and sandalwood. So Richwood from the house of Xerjoff. Really, really great offering. And then this next one is Via CAVOUR 1. Basically named after the address of the original Xerjoff boutique in the city of Turin, Torino, which I've been to. It's a really great little store there, multi-levels. And definitely if you're visiting Italy and you're close to Turin, take a train trip to Turin and go and visit the store. It's amazing. For me, this one is a super unique gourmand. It has quince as a fruity note. Quince, if you guys ever have put your nose on the actual fruit, man, it's so fragrant, so floral and fragrant. It's not really easy to eat the fruit. You need to kind of cure it or preserve it or cook it. But it's here fruitiness is in here, along with white peach. There's rose, dark chocolate, caramel, vanilla, musk, and cashmeran. Once again, Xerjoff does amazing things with gourmands and ouds. I prefer their gourmands more than their ouds. But man, wonderful. This is also not necessarily full-on gourmand. We're going to get to a few here in a bit. But this is just a nice balance of fruits, you know, vanillic notes, musky notes, and chocolatey gourmand notes. Super amazing fragrance via CAVOUR 1. If you haven't gotten your nose on that, I think you should. Please try if you can. It's an amazing fragrance to wear during the winter months, the colder months. And speaking of gourmands, we've got LIRA here. LIRA is super delicious caramel fragrance with a boost of citruses like sweet orange in here, and it makes for a really great sticky, you know, gourmand fragrance. Lots of caramel with this one, citruses, lavender, cinnamon. There's licorice in here as well, vanilla, blood orange, and jasmine. The combination is super intoxicating, really super cozy and gourmand. It kind of reminds me of Madeleines with kind of a, you know, drizzles of caramel on top of it, so there's a bit of a cookie-like vibe in this. But the citruses are key here against the gourmand notes, and you definitely pick up a sweet citrusy touch here that's really nicely balancing out all the gourmand touches in this fragrance. Super amazing. Been a fan of it since like 2013. Like I bought my bottle then, and I was comparing it to some other fragrances, but man, this has still stayed here that in my collection, and I really enjoy how great and sticky caramelly this fragrance smells. So this is LIRA from the house of Xerjoff, CASAMORATI. And speaking of CASAMORATI fragrances, we also have ITALICA, this one right here. And ITALICA is also another sticky gourmand fragrance. It has toffee, so I associate toffee with stickiness. But there's a lot of things happening with this one, and they don't mention fruity notes. And I pick up whatever the color of this bottle is, I pick up fruity notes like the color of this bottle, like red fruits, like red berries and things like that. There's a trace of that here when you're wearing it. I pick it up. But in the end, it's saffron, almonds, milky notes, bourbon, vanilla, toffee, sandalwood, white musks. Super delicious, perfectly appropriate for winter wear, cold weather wear. No rules again, but I think if you make those rules and you want something like sweeter, warmer, and gourmand, and definitely this is appropriate for that. So it's CASAMORATI ITALICA from the house of Xerjoff. Really delicious fragrance. And then I have to, talk about this one, even though it's super expensive. This is 1717 Symphonium right here from the house of Xerjoff. One of the best chocolate combination fragrance or gourmand fragrances. And for me, this is a kind of like one of those chocolate covered orange candies that you can buy. The combination is like that. Even though there's Laotian oud and Thai oud in this one, and it does show up when it's drying down, for me it's mostly about the orangey notes of the mandarin oranges here, the Belgian chocolates, and the vanilla together. It's a super delicious gourmand. Really amazing. And if you haven't tried this one, please do try it. I highly recommend it, even though it's really highly priced. Maybe get a sample to see what you think about it, but super amazing and perfect for winter wear. So this is Symphonium from the house of Xerjoff. Really great fragrance. And the last two fragrances are more like, I wouldn't consider these are like the types of notes that are winter weather notes, but they're so potent enough you can wear these two fragrances and also kind of, if it's dark and gloomy outside, gives you a very uplifting and, happy vibe because it might, act like it's summertime. The first one I'm going to talk to you about is a Cento Overdose, this one right here. This one does shine in the heat. It's so strong for a freshy kind of a fragrance, but smells amazing and has a super sexy trail as well. It has fruity notes, jasmine, green notes, eucalyptus, Mediterranean pine, and I also pick up things like lily of the valley, green notes, green floral notes, and things like that mixed in here. But the combination is really great. Totally has the Xerjoff DNA, and when I put my nose on it, I totally smell that kind of DNA here with this fragrance. But super amazing. It's really happy, uplifting, kind of sunshine in a bottle, more like a green sunshine, but super long lasting to wear in the winter weather. This is a Cento Overdose, a really great fragrance. And I'm ending the list with their latest kind of fruity fragrance as well. This is Erba Gold, this one right here. It's kind of similar bottle as you can see. Erba Gold is kind of sort of similar to a Cento Overdose, but not quite. For me, It's, I guess, a flanker of Erba Pura, and it kind of acts like a flanker of Erba Pura, but Erba Gold features notes of amber, white musk, vanilla, orange, bergamot, pear, melons, cinnamon, cloves, green apple, ginger, cardamom, woods, and lemons. Lots of notes in this one. Really, really super potent fragrance, but it is very happy. It is like sunshine in a bottle. As you can see the bottle, the color, perfectly orange here for an afternoon sunset glow kind of a thing. But to me, all these notes combined, it's just a very happy, bubblegummy, fruity fragrance with, of course, floral notes, ambery notes, spices, and woods thrown in. It's really, really super potent, very, very long lasting for me. It's thick. When you smell the fragrance, it's thick, it wears heavy, and you only need a few sprays. But in the wintertime, you might need to increase it. But for me, I recommend this one as a great, happy, sunshiny, sunshine in a bottle kind of a fragrance for when you need that kind of a sunshine blast when it's dark and gloomy outside. So this is Erba Gold, perfectly appropriate to wear in the winter months, and that's my list for you today. 13 Xerjoff fragrances that are perfect to wear when it's cold outside. Let me know your thoughts on these fragrances. Are you a fan of these fragrances? Do let me know. Put a comment down below so I can find out. And also let me know what's missing, what's out there that you guys wear during the winter months from the House of Xerjoff. Put a comment down below so I can find out. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video, please share it, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.